3:17 a.m. Again. Same time as yesterday and the day before. It's like our brain has an alarm set that we never asked for. A good sleeper would look at this clock and think, "Great, I still have 4 more hours." But we think, "Here we go again." And that's when the heart starts racing. The pressure to sleep pushes the sleep away. Suddenly, we're more awake than we were at noon. This is a paradox. The harder we try to sleep, the more awake we become. Why does this happen? For now, let's just breathe together and notice what's here. We try to close our eyes to escape the clock, but our mind takes this silence as an opportunity. It whispers, "Hey, remember this?" And it replays that moment from 7 years ago, when the barista said, "Enjoy your coffee." And some of us said, "You too." That awkward joke in high school, that weird sentence on a first date, and we feel that cringe in our body. Things we barely notice in the day come back too clear at night. And a small voice asks, "Why did I do that?" It's strange, isn't it? Why does the brain replay the past at 3 a.m.? It feels like punishment, but actually, it's trying to protect us. Remembering danger helped our ancestors survive. Remembering the lion was important. The pretty flower, not so much. So the brain stores hard memories more strongly. It pulls them out more often. The fact that we remember the past means we're still learning. But at 3 a.m., it doesn't feel like learning. The 17th century poet John Milton said this, "The mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell, a hell of heaven." At 3 a.m., our mind is making hell. We're lying in a safe bed, but the mind puts us in a courtroom, judging our past mistakes. So the problem isn't the past, it's this moment, how our mind is treating the past. And often, it doesn't stop at the past. We tell ourselves, "Stop it. It doesn't matter." But the mind feels like a washing machine stuck on spin cycle. One thought leads to another, faster and faster. Did I send that email? I should call Mom. It's been 3 days. Why did I say that at dinner? Where will I be in 5 years? That's why this quiet room becomes the loudest place on earth. During the day, we were too busy to notice. But now, the floodgates are open. And the cruel part is this: we try harder. But the harder we try, the more it runs. This might be what's happening for many of us. During the day, work and people and tasks keep the brain busy. But at night, when all the distractions disappear, the brain shifts into a different mode. And that's when thoughts breed thoughts, faster and faster. This isn't our fault. This is just one way nights can work, especially when we're tired. Sometimes, the worry turns into fear. Now, the tragedy simulator turns on. What if I lose my job? What if something happens to my parents? What if there's a fire? None of this is happening right now. We're safe in bed, but our body doesn't know that. So the palms sweat. The breathing gets shallow. The heart pounds like an alarm we never set. Logically, we know we're safe. But at 3 a.m., logic has no voice. Why? Why does it feel like our brain is torturing us like this? Is it trying to destroy us? Or is it trying to protect us in the wrong way? If it helps, maybe we can borrow a line. Seneca answered this 2,000 years ago. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. Our brain thinks it's protecting us by preparing for the worst. What if I lose my job? I need to prepare. What if there's a fire? I need to be ready. So the brain isn't torturing us. The brain is trying to protect us, clumsily. But there's no tiger in the room. The danger is only in the movie playing in our head. So maybe we can be the director for a second. Maybe we can say, cut. But some of us can't sleep, not because of fear, but for a different reason. Or maybe it's not fear keeping us awake. Maybe it's rebellion. We're exhausted. Our eyes are closing, but we refuse to put down the phone. Why? Because all day we belonged to everyone else. Our boss, our family, our chores. This 3 a.m. darkness is the only time that's truly ours. That's why we're stealing the night, even though we know we'll pay for it tomorrow. Some people call this revenge bedtime procrastination. It's a small rebellion at night against what we couldn't control during the day. We're not broken, we're just hungry for freedom. And that's when the night becomes a battlefield. Sleep feels like surrender. Staying awake feels like control. But the real problem isn't us. I once learned a line that stays with me. The person is not the problem. The problem is the problem. We're not insomniacs. We're people experiencing insomnia. Do you see the difference? One is identity. We equals problem. The other is experience. We doesn't equal problem. We're going through the problem. So tonight, maybe we're not the problem. Maybe the problem is sleep pressure, cringe replay, washing machine spinning, disaster simulation, stolen night hunger for control. That's why we don't fight us. We sit next to the loop. You're not broken for feeling this. This is hard, not failure. But then, what do we do? Whether it's fear or a need for freedom, fighting it only makes it louder. So maybe tonight, we don't fight ourselves. We stay close. Just one small thing. About a minute, no pressure. Notice the thought that keeps coming back. And if it helps, we can try a small shift. Just put this in front of it. I'm having the thought that. So instead of I'll fail tomorrow. I'm having the thought that I'll fail tomorrow. Instead of, I'm not enough, I'm having the thought that I'm not enough. Same thought, but now it's a thought, not a verdict. Now, notice the feeling. Maybe it's in the chest, maybe the throat. One word is enough. Anxiety, shame, loneliness, or just pressure. We can name it quietly, kindly. Often, just naming it makes it feel a little smaller. And if it feels right, put a hand on your chest. Breathe with me. In. Out. And whisper quietly. This is hard, but it's okay. I will be kind to myself. We don't need to win the night. We only need to pass through it. Emerson said this: finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. We've done enough. We've worried enough. We've endured enough. And if you needed to hear it clearly tonight, you did enough too. Tonight, the goal isn't a perfect sleep score, not a perfect mind. Tonight, the goal is a softer relationship with the loop. You're safe here. If this helped us breathe a little easier, stay for the night. Stay for the night.